This is the only room in my house with good lighting, so yes, I'm in the bathroom. And please don't judge. Hashtag love don't judge. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be reading a very popular book in today's video, today's little vlog, little reading challenge. This book is The Fourth Wing, and I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but maybe both. I'm gonna put it both here right now. The Fourth Wing. And I've seen it a lot of places. I've seen a lot of videos about it. And I was just like, enough is enough. I don't want to feel left out. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this. It has raging reviews on Goodreads, like really good. And somehow that scares me. Somehow that scares me because I don't know if this is a subconscious thing or not, but when people go one way, I go the other. And that's usually how my reading taste goes. Something is very popular, I tend to dislike it. Not always. Not always. But most of the time. It's 12 p.m. I have university tomorrow. But I have energy. And this is my form of rebellion. This is like me rebelling against society and my parents. This is the craziest that I'll get. Staying up until late to read a book in my room by myself. Somebody come get her, she dancing like a stripper. Anyways, I don't have the physical copy of this book, so I will be pirating it and looking it up free online because I'm sure I'll find it. I found the book, as I knew I would. So now I'm gonna go to bed and start reading. See how long I read for. So I've been reading like all morning. Not all morning, but I read like 2 hours or something, I think. But I'm in class now. Well, I'm in the break of class because I have 2 classes like back to back. So I'm waiting for the other one to start, which is Russian. Is it a requirement of my major? No. I think I'm only taking 1 required class. And all the rest are just classes that I want to take. Because that's the life that I live. Oh, and the book. What am I thinking of the book? It goes on very fast, surprisingly. Because at first I was like, a dragon fantasy? Like, I was thinking Aragon, you know? I was like, I don't think I'm gonna fly through this. But surprisingly, it reads fast. I have no opinions about it yet, either. It could go either way right now. It could go in the way that I like it or not. Okay, so it's entertaining, but I can like predict everything. I feel like I know who her dragon's gonna be, and I'm only like 25% like through, but I know who the dragon's gonna be. I mean, the love interest, like the first time his name was mentioned, I knew he was the guy. And I don't mind knowing. But I feel like once you read enough YA books, or, well, I guess this is adult fantasy, which is strange. I feel like it's YA. Which is nothing wrong with that. It just reads more like a YA. But I don't mind. I enjoy YA fantasy. I still don't know if I'm, like, loving it, though, you know? I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if I'm gonna love. Or I don't know if something's gonna happen that I'm gonna hate. I don't know if once the romance starts to set in, I start hating it. Or maybe I somehow like it. I don't ship them. I kind of shipped her with her friend. I always ship them with the nice guy. I like the nice guy. I like the friend. I am Team Stefan. I am Team Jeremiah, for example. You know? So I'm always gonna be Team Friend. Team Nice Guy. I'm never Team Damon. Never. So we'll see. We'll see if this guy wins me over or not. Also, I do have like, I don't know. I feel like her friend's gonna backstab her somehow because they need him out of the phone. They need her friend, the one that she likes right now, to be out of the pictures. I feel like they're gonna make him backstab her some way, somehow. Something's gonna happen where you're gonna hate the friend, so it's justified that she stops liking him and she she and Sander become a thing. I'm halfway through the book. A lot has happened. But I just realized that because I'm reading on my phone and I also record on my phone, I haven't made the typical reading montage, you know, when I'm just reading and saying nothing and you're just watching. But I can't do it because I don't have the physical copy of the book, but I will do it with another book, just so you guys can imagine me reading. I think you guys got the idea. It's 1:45 a.m. I'm gonna try to go to bed now. I've been reading and questioning how much I enjoy it. Dang, I just read a really harsh 1-star review of this book and I'm low-key like, do I have the same thoughts? Because everything I was reading, I was like, oh, took the words out of my mouth. I don't think it's a 1-star for me. Like, it's pointing towards middle, right? It's pointing towards middle. But at the same time, I do agree with a lot of what she's saying. It's not mind-blowing me, definitely. Like, I haven't really read a lot of dragon books, so that was very exciting. You know, I was very excited to see more. But then the pages kept going and a lot of things were falling flat. Like, I was still intrigued enough to, okay, get excited for some things. But there was a lot of, like, build up to certain things and not a lot of showing. Like, we're not really being shown anything, you know? I don't know. I'm just gonna finish the book tomorrow or the next day. Whenever I finish the book. And I'm gonna make up my mind. I've been reading some more today, not too much. Honestly, the pace is slowing down for me because there was a lot of excitement to get to the dragon point. Well, not that much, but you know, there was like building up to it. And afterwards, it's just kind of, you know. I'm in Starbucks. I'm gonna read for a little bit while I drink this matcha latte. I usually make my own matcha, but I don't have the ingredients. I'm gonna kick pop. Actually, I don't even know if I want to read that right now. Like, I don't know, I have a lot of feelings. I'm just gonna watch Survivor. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch Survivor in the car while I drink my Starbucks. Hello. It is yet another day. I just got to the first, I think, official scene, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I'm scared. I had to like exit. I was like, I'm not in the mental state to read this. But I'm gonna read it after I film this. Hopefully it's tasteful. It's weird because the main character is my age, 20. But I feel like she's younger than me. I actually do feel like she's younger than me. Because when I used to read YA, and I was like reading, like, for example, the Legend series, I was 15, 14. The characters were my age, and I was like, what the heck? I am not like this. I don't know if I would be doing this, even if I was in the dystopian world that they lived in. I don't know if I would be leading the rebellion at 14, 15. Most of today I've been like working on my book. Yes, I have a book that I want to like publish. I sent my book out to a beta reader, so I'm awaiting her response. A bit nervous. I also wrote a poem. Should I read this poem to you guys? Before we continue to talk about the fourth wing, I wrote it yesterday because it's how I felt. Sometimes I want to fall into a poem, to let it wrap me in its sorrow and cry alongside the words that almost seem like my own. An experience that I cannot pretend I'm not akin to or familiar with. The beauty of your feelings being explained perfectly in a few words.
the feeling of comprehension. But I stop myself because I know enough about spiritual law, and I refuse to prolong an unwanted experience. But sometimes, when the poem almost reads like a mirror, I have to let myself drown in it, even if just for a few seconds. I wanted to look like a dragon rider. Is it working? Not with this freaking hair clip. Do you think dragon riders wear this hair clip? Probably not. But moving on to what we're really here for, and that is to talk about the fourth wing and what we thought of it. I don't know why I keep saying we, because it's me, what I thought of it. Okay, my hair is just too much today. I filmed this twice already, but I'm just rambling too much. There's just so much to say, but I'm gonna try to condense everything. So I wrote it down in my notes. So the first half of the book, I think, was the best part, because we had a clear goal in mind. We knew, first off, we had to survive. And even since the beginning, just getting there was a very daunting thing. So, you were scared to see what was gonna go up there. And everything was building up to the ceremony of you bonding with your dragon. That was like the most important thing. Like, if you didn't bond with the dragon, you started all over again, or you probably died. So I think that was done well. I wasn't crazy about it either, but in terms of the whole book, that was definitely the best part. Because after that happened, everything just kind of felt flat to me. Everything just went down. Because from that point on, there wasn't really a clear goal in mind anymore. Yeah, it's graduation 3 years from now, or the end of the first year, but there wasn't really anything that we were going towards. So the second half felt very scattered to me. It was boring. Then the Satan Violet thing just happened very quickly, because of course that was going to be the next plot. It was like the first plot is dragons, then the next plot of the second half is just Satan and Violet, their whole little thing, which just wasn't my favorite. I didn't really enjoy the second part. There was like a few moments, where like some scenes were like entertaining, but most of them were not. So now for the characters. Violet, I had high hopes for her character because she was gonna have this illness and she was gonna have to battle this illness while training to be a writer. That was mentioned a lot. Her always being in pain, her struggling, but I never felt like it was shown. Like, I wanted to know, like, her daily struggles of living in pain. Like, show me what that looks like. And we didn't really get that, which I feel like it's more of a writing issue than a character issue. I don't really have much to say for the character of Violet. She didn't really stick out to me. I think my favorite moment, honestly, of her, and where I thought the book was gonna go like in a different direction, in a direction where I liked it more, was when she started poisoning all her competitors, all the people that she was gonna compete with. She managed to figure that out, and I was like, okay, that's like clever. I like this. But then there wasn't really any more moments like that for me, at least. Then the dragons, or the main dragon, which is Tarn, I don't know, the black dragon. The yellow dragon, I felt like it had no purpose. Of course, yeah, it was used as a tool to make it make sense that the black dragon was gonna choose her. But then it was just kind of there. Poor thing was just kind of there. But the black dragon, I felt like he wasn't really believable. I wasn't really buying the whole I'm so powerful and mystical aspect of the dragons. And that's because of the dialogue. The dialogue for me was very, I don't want to say childish, but yeah, childish. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy the whole dragon thing at all. It didn't read like a dragon, and we didn't really get to see them bond, in my opinion. It was just very fast, the way that their relationship happened. He picked her and right away. And it's clear, because it was shown to us, that the dragons don't just become besties with the writers right away. Because when they were first being picked and the writer, let's say, fell, the dragon didn't save it. It was just, okay, you're dead. Let me pick another one. So the connection didn't happen instantaneously. And I really wish we could have seen their relationship, which was supposed to be the main relationship of the whole book, right? The writer and the dragon. The writer quite literally dies without the dragon. Of course, Satan and Violet were given more importance, but at the same time, even if they were given more importance, that doesn't mean there was any buildup or any kind of arc, in my opinion. It lacked substance, their relationship as well. I'm sorry. It went from 0 to 100 or like 20 to 100 because the first half, you know, there were some moments of, okay, they're attracted to each other. But once the second half happened and everything was scattered and out of place, and the book didn't really have any direction, there was given a lot of focus to Satan and Violet. And I didn't feel like there were moments of them connecting as two humans and getting to know one another so there could be substance. Because she literally just fell in love with him. It went from having a mild crush to, oh my goodness, I'm in love. Very fast. And Satan literally says, you don't even know me, how can you love me? And then the side characters, no personality at all, man, whatsoever. They could have been anyone. I didn't get to know them. The only side character that had some substance was Dane, because he was given more importance. Not that complex either, but we definitely knew the type of guy that he was. You know, he was a good guy until it came to breaking the rules. And then for the ending of the book, okay, I think the shocking part was that Satan knew about all this information and he was working alongside the Griffin writers. Yeah, the Griffin writers. But then was I surprised that venom exists and so do their dragons, their two-legged dragons. Wyvern? No, I wasn't. The whole fantasy book, the moment that fantasy book was mentioned, the one that her dad carried, I was just like, this is not fantasy, this is real. The moment it happened. So I wasn't surprised by that at all. I didn't think it was gonna happen like at the end of the book. Like I said, I wish there would have been a bit of build up to that. And then the battle happened, you know, it was cool to read. I'm gonna give it that. Liam died. Sad. You know, I didn't care much for the guy. He seemed kind of fake to me. Too good to be true kind of thing, you know? Very female-ridden type of guy, which is fine, you know? And it was sad when he died. Not gonna lie, it was sad. And then the ending, the main ending, where we get the big reveal that Violet's brother is alive. I was more confused by it because there was just no foreshadowing at all. At first I was like, oh, maybe it's Satan's dad. I wasn't sure. And then it turns out to be her brother. And yeah, it's a shocking reveal. And yeah, it's shocking that Satan never told her, blah, 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 you know, whatever. But the fact that there was just no foreshadowing of it makes the ending not be as shocking, because I feel like an ending, this is my opinion, it should just be like, especially a shocking reveal, it should just be like all the pieces of the puzzle finally coming together and you being able to see the complete image, and then in your head you're just like, oh, it all makes sense now. But when you read the last page and it's just kind of like, nothing makes sense, because there was nothing to hint at that being true. So I think it would have been a more shocking reveal if maybe, for example, once Violet mentioned her brother around Satan, like maybe he had a weird reaction and it was very like, or he almost told her, you know, something that we were left pondering. That was weird. Is there something going on with the brother, you know? Did he, like, something like that. And yeah, and that was the book. That was the Fourth Wing, the book that everyone is just raving about. I'm not in the train. I am not on the same train or the same wavelength. I didn't hate it, didn't hate the book. Am I gonna read the second book? Maybe. If someone gives it to me, I read everything that is given to me. If something is given to me as a present, I read it. So if someone gives that book to me as a present, I'll probably read it. Am I gonna go out of my way to get it or get my hands on it? I don't think so. Unless I hear that the second book is way better than the first one, then I will pick it up. But since I didn't really grow to care for the characters, I don't really care for the story. But we'll see. We'll see when the book comes out. Maybe I get sucked into the train again and I read this book. But I would give this book a 2.5 stars out of 5. Okay, it's not a 1-star read. I'm not here to judge anyone's reading tastes. Not even book talks. Either way, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.